In this installment, this will be the 2022 Fantasy Football Jets team preview, the guys you should focus on your upcoming drafts. We are in the prime, okay, the prime of fantasy football season leading up to all your fantasy football drafts. Let's get into it. Hey, yo! Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Chef D, and I'm here to give you the winning ingredients for your Jets team preview, fantasy football edition. All the guys you will be targeting in your upcoming fantasy football drafts for the New York Jets. All right, but before I deep dive into this, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter at MetsNessJSD. Also, don't forget about the TikTok at Chef_D91 as well. And don't forget about the Patreon. All those links will be provided down below if you want to get connected with DFS advice, fantasy football advice, and betting advice. All that's in the package for the Patreon. I will send you a message once you sign up, get in contact with you, figure out what you really need, and we'll definitely help you out. All right, now I'm going to be going through every single team, okay? And the first one we're going to start off with is going to be my favorite team, obviously the New York Jets. The first guy we're going to be looking at in our preview will be Breece Hall here, the rookie running back out of Iowa State. This man has huge upside. This is why he is first in this list of all the New York Jets here. Current ADP is 49 overall. Round 5, that's around with that 49 overall ADP, RB19. He has the upside to being this year's Najee Harris, okay? You guys got to understand that in this run-first offense here that we have for the New York Jets, they're going to establish the run and then have easy options for Zach Wilson to orchestrate this offense. Nice short passes, get these guys open in space, and that includes Breece Hall as well because he has that pass-catching ability. Look at the best comparable is to Jonathan Taylor, and he has a better speed score and burst score than Jonathan Taylor. This man has home run hitting ability. He even has higher draft capital than Jonathan Taylor. So we're talking about a elite workhorse running back here, and you're getting him in round 5. I think that's an absolute steal. Definitely look for Breece Hall a little bit sooner. It just depends on the type of leagues that you're drafting in your mom and pop leagues. Are you more in an advanced league where you might have to take a risk here and take him in rounds in that 3-4 range instead of round 5. A lot of these leagues, you can't wait on them, all right? But it depends on what type of league that you draft in. Now, when we're looking at Breece Hall, he has the draft capital, which I already spoke about. He has that home run hitting ability. If we're looking at his college football stats, absolutely outstanding, all right? He was getting acclimated in 2019. 2020 and 2021, he hit the floor running. Not only did he have back-to-back years of over 1,000 yards, he had back-to-back years with over 20 total touchdowns. Absolutely outstanding production. You see the home run hitting ability, taking it all the way to the house, the finishing speed, and the receptions, okay? He's not a brick hand running back like Kenneth Walker, even though Kenneth Walker's in a great situation, all right, in Seattle. He's in a great situation. I love him too, but Breece Hall has the hands to match. So he has the capabilities of taking over first, second, and third down, all right? They do have Michael Carter. We'll get to him just a little bit later, but this is an alpha back. This is the number 1 back in college. Came out, dominated in college, and now he is set up. He is set up with the New York Jets, who have addressed the offensive line problems, and he is now primed to go off this year in his rookie year, all right? I want you guys to not miss out on this. A lot of people were haters on Najee Harris. I was one of them, all right? I will fully admit it. I did not fully believe in Najee Harris. It's a whack offense. It's the Steelers. Ben Roethlisberger sucks. He's not going to do nothing. And I realized it clicked. Youthful running backs. You got to get the young, high upside running backs, and Breece Hall is one of those guys for this season, all right? Number 2 on our list, okay, of the New York Jets will be Elijah Moore. Yes, the Jets went out and got them a top 10 wide receiver in Garrett Wilson at that 10 spot. I understand that. But what I'm looking at here is looking at who's better, who's best comparable, who is the alpha in this offense. Elijah Moore screams off the page, okay? Not only did he show spurts in his rookie season, yes, it happened to, find a little bit of a downside because of that quadriceps injury that he suffered. Missed a couple games from that, but we saw the speed. We saw the pass catching ability, what he can do in open space. They had a couple end rounds, and you saw the speed. He was taking it to the house. All right, Elijah Moore was breaking out before that injury. He looked really, really good, and I was so excited for Elijah Moore. Went out and drafted him in drafts last year, and I'm going to go right back to that. Well, this is someone that shared the wide receiver room in Ole Miss in 2018 when not only A.J. Brown, but DK Metcalf. We're talking about elite wide receivers, and he still commanded an 11% target share in that wide receiver core between those 3 guys. All right, we're not talking about a bunch of bums, Tyler Boyd but Tyler Boyd not a bum, but we're talking about top 10, 15 wide receivers in the NFL, and Elijah Moore was one of those guys. A.J. Brown still speaks up that Elijah Moore was the better wide receiver out of those 3 guys. Best comparable to Tyler Lockett, so he has that quick speed ability, has great hands as well. Elijah Moore, what he can do in open field is super, super special. High draft capital, the second option in round 2 here for Elijah Moore, and he was turning around. Now, when we're making a decision here at a current ADP of 66, which is round 6, and that is wide receiver 31 here for Elijah Moore, I think we're taking an opportunity here on a potential top 20 wide receiver. So a lot of guys might put him to the wayside because there's other guys in that range. But I think if you're looking in that round 5, round 6 range, Elijah Moore has huge upside. Okay, if we're looking at some of the stats of last year, all right, almost 1,000 yards in air yards, had 5 TDs. Was starting to break out. He had fantasy points per game, 12.6, which was 28th. So as long as he played, he was productive, okay? It was a lot of overthrows from Zach Wilson. The key component to Elijah Moore this year not only is the fact that we'll see him emerge as an alpha in this offense, it's also, number 2, it relies upon Zach Wilson to continue what he did in the second half of that season last year, all right? Struggled in the beginning, a lot of turnovers, came back from his injury, and really turned it up a notch. And he can't turn over the ball. He has to complete the ball to his opponent, to his wide receivers here, and take the easy check down options. That was the real difference there in that second half of the season for Zach Wilson. Getting the ball to Elijah Moore is going to be very key. He has the upside, has all the measurables. And this is truly going to be the alpha wide receiver. I love his current ADP at 66. I'm going to be taking a bullish stance on Elijah Moore this year, and he should be going, by the time drafts really get kicking off, he should be going around 4 and 5 range. So go get you Elijah Moore. Number 3 on our list will be Zach Wilson. Yo, I can't believe Player Profiler did this to my man, yo. I believe this is Jim Carrey from Bruce Almighty. Comment down below if I'm correct. If not, please let me know what movie of Jim Carrey this is in. I think it's Bruce Almighty. That's my guess. But what we're looking at here is Zach Wilson. The reason why he's 3rd most important on the New York Jets. All right, we got Breece Hall. All right, that doesn't really affect Zach. It doesn't really coalesce with Zach Wilson that much. It's more of the offensive line and Breece Hall ability here. This is going to hinge upon the wide receivers. I already love Elijah Moore. He is an alpha, all right? He has that type of upside where it might not even matter what the quarterback is. But for the other guys, for Garrett Wilson, for Corey Davis, for even the tight ends on this offense. Zach Wilson is going to be the key component for this New York Jets offense, all right? It's going to be a huge component. Can he continue on what he did in that second half, only throwing one interception coming back, all right, from his injury? So, struggled in the first half. We're looking at his stats right now. As you can see, 4 interceptions against the Patriots was an embarrassing game. Pretty much an interception in each and every game leading up to that second matchup against the New England Patriots. All right, 1-4-2-1-1. And then in his last game before his injury against Houston, which they won, in another interception. All right, but when he came back from his injury, starting off with that Philadelphia Eagles game, 1 interception in that one, but 2 TDs, and then he went on to have a much better rookie season, all right? All right, he finished with 5 touchdowns, only 1 interception, and also chipped in with 3 rushing touchdowns. So we saw that rushing ability. They were using Zach Wilson a lot in that red zone and using his legs, all right? So we saw that upside. We saw that 4-7 40-yard dash in full effect with Zach Wilson. Some of the stuff he was doing with BYU, all right? I think he was overthinking it in the first half. A lot of skipping the first and second routes, waiting for the longer developing routes, and he got himself into some trouble, all right? He wanted to do the highlight reel stuff, but what happened was he learned a lesson, all right? In that time period where he was injured, Mike White came in, and Mike White lit the NFL on fire, beating the Cincinnati Bengals in that big game, and what he saw was the easy check down routes, all right? This is a very simple way to run this offense here, which is directly connected to the San Francisco 49ers. Just take the short routes. Get your guys in open space.